welcome to Garbage Theater's Hollow Weird Spooktaculon. Tonight's film, Spookies. I'm your host, John, with my co-host, Chase.
I've been drinking.
And Blake.
I wish I could.
I have also been drinking. So we're in good shape. So you may have noticed that I did not say tonight's film is Steven Seagal's The Patriot.
No.
But we had to get in some Halloween season fun.
Yeah. Slight breach of etiquette.
Yeah. But shut up. So we're watching Spookies. I enjoy this movie.
I hated this movie.
Completely insane, and it doesn't make any sense at all. And it's full of just like, I don't know. There's always some fresh nonsense going on.
Yeah, my first note, I'm going to tell you my first and last note watching this movie. What is happening, and what was this?
Mm-hmm. The whole thing makes zero sense.
The whole movie is like the middle 10 minutes of a movie, just stretched out over, like, it. Nothing happens. It's just a series of run-ins with creatures, and then that's the movie.
I'm sitting here wondering, I thought we wasn't supposed to do this shit to each other anymore.
I mean, come on, this isn't like... I mean, it's bad. It's bad, but it's not, it's not like, I don't know, some of the other crap that we've seen. It has some production value.
Jay.
I mean, yeah,
I'm a hard disagree on that.
Okay, it looked a damn sight better than things like, Were Rooster and things like that.
Yeah,
but this was look, the dialogue in this was the best I could explain it is it's like proto-Breen.
Well, the actors in this, all over the map.
Rough shit. Some of this acting.
You want an awful British accent? You got it. You want budget Mark Summers just like really going to 1,000 with all of his lines? He's gonna do it. The Andrew Dice Clay wannabe, just being him. Yeah.
That guy's the best. And nobody will convince me otherwise.
The Duke will provide.
Duke is the coolest.
Jesus Christ.
I can't explain some of the reason that it's incomprehensible. And that's some IMDb trivia here. The film started out as something called Twisted Souls.
Okay.
It finished production and was in the editing stage when creative and legal issues ensued. The financial backer then hired a new director/editor who cut out scenes already filmed and inserted newly shot footage several months later on the same location, but with different actors.
That makes sense.
So,
the whole movie, I was like, okay, The Old Man and the Bride are a different movie.
Yes.
But there were, little threads of things connecting it to the other group of people, so, that theory doesn't work, but God, does it feel like these are two movies mushed together.
Yeah, I mean, 100%, that's absolutely what happened. Anything with the old man and the bride and, the cat boy...
the fucking cat boy, Jesus.
All that stuff was shot separately and edited in. It's little sounds.
Jesus, the least threatening monster.
he totally sucks. But that's kind of why I feel like it's a perfect Halloween movie, is because it's literally just a bunch of people running around a spooky house wearing Halloween costumes. No better than the costumes you would see at any random Halloween party.
Oh yeah.
Well, so far, y'all's explanations in the past 5 minutes have done absolutely nothing to convince me that this is anything more than a shit fest, because I hated it. And my mind still hasn't been changed.
Well, that's okay.
It wasn't nearly as like going into it. I had a little bit of worry that this was going to be not bad enough. That it was going to be like too fun of like a cheesy Halloween horror like creature fest.
That went away.
That was quickly washed away.
Yeah, I got you, fam.
By the way, I started watching the other one on accident, and it's.
Oh yeah, well, we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that later. But still.
we're like, unfortunately, folks, you're gonna have to wait 2 episodes for Seagal because we found 2 movies that we really want to do. Spookies in the next one, so we'll talk about that at the end.
But before we get into the movie, there's like one other piece of trivia. Like the major piece of trivia is that the house that this was all filmed in Rye, New York, was the boyhood home of John Jay, the first Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court.
Okay.
It's like historically significant, the house that they filmed this in.
Oh yeah. Now I like the movie.
I didn't even say that it was going to make you like the movie. Anyway.
Yeah. I guess let's dive into it.
Let's get into it. So we start off right off the bat. We got the title. It's bleeding onto the screen, and the eye is dotted with a skull, which we zoom in on, and the skull gives us a little smile, letting us know it's all gonna be okay.
Was this a ripoff of Goonies, or was Goonies a ripoff of this?
Ooh,
the skull zoom in for the title.
This was 88. Goonies had to have been earlier than 88, right?
Yeah, well, IMDb, it says it's 86, so I'm not totally clear on what year this actually came out.
No. Okay.
The Goonies skull didn't give you a creepy pervert smile, though.
No, but it zoomed in on it. Like, it had the same weird slide zoom effect.
Yeah. Could have been inspired.
Maybe.
In our first shot of the movie, we see a house with a cemetery in the foreground. The camera pans down to an exposed stone coffin with a padlock and chains on it that's undulating in the ground in a very unstone-like way.
Yeah, in a very bedsheet way.
Right.
Super rubbery stone they got around here. A man sits with his back to us in a high-back chair, speaking to a coffin sitting in the middle of the room that presumably contains his darling Isabel. He tells her the final victims will be there soon, and then they will be together again for all time. A child is walking around in the woods on the outskirts of the house at night, while a spooky pirate cat man observes.
He's dressed like a valet.
Got a little vest on.
Yeah.
It's like, you need me to park your kid?
Yeah, he's got a hook hand.
And a hook hand. We then cut over to a pair of cars speeding down some backwoods roads. In one car, a straight-laced square is complaining about the best character in the movie. Then he started a fight at a party and got them all thrown out, and now they're lost in the middle of nowhere. In the other car, Duke, who is just the best, calls that other guy a jerk. But his girlfriend, who clearly doesn't deserve him, is hating and tells him to slow down.
Okay. First question, because I don't know if I sneezed and missed a one line of dialogue that cleared all this up. What are these two groups of people's relation to each other?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, I can tell you.
Okay, good.
They all grew up together. They all went to school together, except for the old man who's dating one of that younger girl inexplicably.
So the older guy driving Peter is
budget Sam Waterston.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know who Sam Waterston is.
It's from Law and Order.
Law and Order, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes
eyebrows.
sense. Okay.
Eyebrows, yeah.
Got
The guy telling you about how robots eat old people's medicine for fuel.
But yeah, at one point she says, "I can't believe I grew up with all these people," and so like, I guess she's the one that made it out.
Yeah, totally missed that because I just thought this was like two polar opposite groups of people that just for some reason became friends because they got thrown out of a bar.
Yeah, that's
like the whole movie. I was like, why are they together?
It's very funny. It's like they're friends, but they just like hate each other. So back with the kid, his name's Billy. He's sat down unloading his bounty of Hostess snowball cakes to enjoy for the saddest birthday he's ever had. Then a random pedophile startles Billy and asks him, Billy, a child, for a light. At first I thought this dude was some kind of a spooky, perhaps a Dracula.
Yeah.
He was wearing sunglasses at night. He like vaguely looks like Cassidy from Preacher. So Billy actually does got a light and helps him out. The pedophile then asks how old Billy is, and when Billy says he's 13, this guy can't fucking believe it.
But how did he know who Billy was?
He didn't.
Well, that's why he knew his name. That's why I thought he was a spooky.
Did he?
Yeah, he said Billy.
Maybe he just calls like all kids Billy, and he just got lucky with this one.
I guess it's a good guess.
One of them's bound to be a Billy.
Yeah, there's got to be a Billy out there somewhere.
Yeah, usually Billies don't know shit anyway. So.
This Billy also doesn't know shit. So the pedo tells Billy to go home and makes fun of him because his parents forgot his birthday.
Like you do.
But the woods are lovely, dark and deep, and Billy has promises to keep and miles to go before he sleeps. So he gets the fuck out of there before that guy can get a finger
That's
in his
exactly
butt.
how that poem ends. So he gets the fuck out of there.
The pedo ominously says that maybe you'll see him around before being yanked off screen and killed by the cat pirate.
Why is he a pirate, though?
I just called him a pirate.
Because it's Halloween!
Yeah, exactly. It's like the shittiest Halloween costume. It's like, what are you? Oh, I'm like a cat pirate.
Yeah.
One of them cat pirates you read about.
Yeah, you never went into Party City and pointed at the wall with a picture of the cat pirates? I want that one.
I guess not.
So back with the old guy in his casket, he opens it up and there's just a super hot corpse in there. Like just a dime of a cadaver. A cadimer. He tells the sexy dead girl he's been waiting 70 years to bring her back, and I can see why. He explains that he's stealing victims' youth to bring her back to life, and he is hopelessly in love with her, and just dropping some like whack romantic poetry on her. Out in the road, Duke's stupid fucking girlfriend almost spills his beer on his upholstery, and she wants to act like it's Duke's fault that the road's full of potholes.
Right.
Then some goofball white knight named Rich in the back seat pipes up, taking her side, and Duke is just over it. And that's the entire scene. Billy's walking through the cemetery towards the house and stops to read a stone that says, "Life is so short," with no name on it, and dates indicating a life of 13 years. Dun dun dun.
If your son died at 13 years old, why would you put that on his tombstone?
Well, it's not. It's Billy's grave.
It's going to be his grave.
'Cause Billy just turned 13.
Maybe I'm the Billy in this situation. I don't know shit.
At this point, I'm going to mention the wildly disparate quality of the special effects in the movie. It's like some stuff looks pretty cool, and somebody tried, and then other stuff looks like straight off the CVS Halloween aisle shelves, or like just downright amateur homemade crap.
Yes.
This gravestone is the latter. It's looks like it was cut out with a hamster and just some gray paint slapped on it. Trash.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
So Duke's girlfriend starts bothering her. Her name's Linda.
Bitch.
About does he know where he's going? But it turns out Duke's plan was apparently just drive in random directions until they find another party to go to.
I know what do you means I don't know where I'm going? I know where I'm going all the time. One of his many witty retorts to come for anything said to him.
He'll never admit he was wrong. Rich erupts from the back seat with a gassy puppet named Mook.
Jesus Christ.
Mook recognizes that Duke's getting understandably frustrated with everyone's bullshit and offers him a little kiss. Now, Duke's my boy and everything, but his gay panic response here was a little disappointing. I understand it was the 80s and like Eddie Murphy's Delirious had come out and Mook's a dick and you're already in a bad mood, but come on, Duke, do better.
Did anybody notice that what's his name with the puppet was wearing a shirt with a picture of him and the puppet on it?
Yes.
I noticed that later, and it brought me like untold joy. Made me so happy.
I was thinking like maybe he's like a local celebrity.
Yeah, that's like the cover of his like album or something.
Right.
It's on his business card that he gives out for children's parties or whatever.
Right.
I love that. So just then, Captain Pink Paws throws a branch in the road in front of the cars, causing them to slam on their brakes.
Which the branch they could have easily just rolled over in their car.
Branch is stretching it. It's almost towards twig.
I think technically it qualifies as a branch. The square in the following car gets annoyed with Duke, but it wasn't his fault, you dork. And Duke directs his anger at the branch where it belongs. When Duke gets out of the car, we finally get a good look at the fashion, and I don't even know how to describe it.
General Zod over here.
Yeah, he's dressed like a humanoid alien from a cheap 1950s sci-fi movie. It's like all leather from the shoulders down.
I'm wearing a leather triangle shirt.
It's like a crop top shirt with 3/4 length sleeves.
It would have fit in Warriors of the Wasteland, no problem.
Absolutely. Just insane drip. Peter, who is the square in the tie and the suit, helps Duke move the branch. Starts giving him shit because they've been driving around for 2 hours. Don't seem to be getting anywhere. Duke refuses to give up on the idea of the party. He clearly has no plan, but his confidence that they will eventually get somewhere fun keeps everyone going.
There's bound to be a party on a road. We will hit it eventually.
Billy finally makes it to the house and goes in. He wanders around until he comes to a door, beyond which is a room decorated for a birthday. Balloons, presents, a cake, the whole deal. And because Billy's stupid, he thinks it's a surprise party for him.
What an idiot.
Freaky stuff starts happening. There's a baby doll cooing at him and a teleporting toy robot. And the candles on the cake light themselves. Billy continues to be stupid while a child in a hooded robe and Dracula teeth steals the ice pick from Billy's backpack. The ice pick from Billy's backpack. Billy opens one of his presents and just what he wanted, some crusty old guy's head. He says, "Happy birthday, Billy," and laughs as Billy flees the house. Duke finally decides that the first place they've seen in hours is just the place for the party, and pulls up to the spooky old house in the middle of a cemetery. Everyone bitches and complains that it might be private property and it's scary and there's no one here, and they all eventually head inside because, god damn it, the party is where you make it.
Yeah, yeah.
This is true.
You can't own property, dumbasses.
Peter and his girl Megan hesitate, but Duke's girlfriend jiggles her way back out and tempts them inside with the prospect of it being spooky as hell inside.
Is Megan even a name?
I mean, apparently, in Key and Peele, Jordan Peele played a character named Megan. And him being a big horror fan, I'm wondering if he didn't get it from this movie.
Oh.
That's the only 2 times the name Megan's ever been used.
That's it.
I think you're right. Shoot him an email, see if it's true.
Yeah, let's get him on the show.
Let's get Jordan Peele on the show. Yeah.
I think if it's true, pointing something out like that would probably give you instant cred with him.
Yeah. He'd be like, "Yo, you're the first to ever make the connection."
Or he'd just say, "What?"
Billy's running around the property and stops by a big branch. The cat pirate stalks up and climbs on the other end of the branch, shaking the whole damn thing. And Billy's stupid ass finally notices. He runs directly off screen. The cat pirate runs in the opposite direction, but in the next shot's right behind Billy, chasing him.
Yeah, they just darted off in different directions, and then, yeah.
Billy stops short of a hole dug in the ground, and the cat pirate knocks him down and claws his face up and rolls him into the hole and just throws some dirt on him.
He suffocates poor Billy with 3 inches of dirt.
Yeah.
Billy refuses to reach up and wipe some dirt off his face.
His arms are free, too. Like, his arms are like flailing around. Just move it from your face, stupid. See, Billy's are useless.
He's weak from the slashing.
It's like a solid 30 seconds of this cat pirate dumping dirt on Billy. Like, it just goes on and on. Like, Billy, just sit up.
Yeah. Name me one Billy in existence that had any intelligence.
I can't do it.
I can't. It's
Exactly.
scientifically impossible.
In the house, the party's in full swing in all its grim, uncomfortable glory. Rich is doing shtick entirely for his own benefit. Megan realizes she hates all these people. Carol doesn't feel well, and Duke finds himself suddenly in a deep bout of depression and don't want to do nothing.
I don't want to do nothing. Get away from me, you dumb bitch.
I was like, where's this coming from? You finally got the party, and now you're all glum about it? Duke finds a thingamabob on a shelf. Carol finds it very intriguing and inspects it, while Duke, with the attention span of a squirrel, becomes enraged at a locked door and smashes a chair on it. He's able to pry off the lock with a bar of some kind and gets it open, while everyone, again, is bitching at him about his awful behavior. An old desiccated corpse leaps up and scares everyone. But Duke's delighted and tries to make his girlfriend touch it.
That ain't real. Look at it. Come on.
She don't want to touch no dead man. Duke insists it ain't no dead man. And asks Peter if he's ever seen a dead man like this before. Which is a great question, but it's not about any old dead man. It's about one specifically like this. The corpse is clutching a Ouija board, and Carol gets real serious while everyone else suddenly becomes goofy idiots saying some of the dumbest shit possible. They're like, don't you need dice or something?
Hey, you're gonna wear out the batteries in that thing.
Talk to the dead, but they're dead.
Dead? It was just alive.
But it was only just alive. The old guy promises Carol to the cat pirate, whatever that means. Linda starts fucking around with the board, and Adrian, the British one, asks the spirits how old she is, followed by how old she will live to be. Both answers are 24, and Adrian isn't having fun anymore.
Yes, it cuts between her asking these questions and the old man 3 inches from the camera, just saying them dead ass into the camera.
Yeah.
He knows it all.
How old am I? 24. And then it goes to 24. How old will I live to be? 24.
That's a spooky answer. He's got this like vein that's pulsing in his forehead. Linda asks how long she and Duke are going to be together, and she doesn't like those answers either. Duke, looking like a dog that shit on the rug, tells her to ignore that dumb board. It don't know nothing. They finally all decide to leave, but Carol, instead of just leaving the house alive, asks the board if they're going to leave the house alive. The old man's brain starts pulsing and Carol starts acting weird. Turns around to reveal that she's a scary old grandma now and speaks with the old man's voice. His name's Creon. So I'm going to call him Creon. So she just starts hurling shit at everyone. The cat pirate's probably pissed that the girl is supposed to be his or whatever. It looks like something he'd find in his litter box now.
Yeah. Yep. But the wig stayed the same.
Yeah. Yeah. He's still got the hair. If he's like a hair guy.
Yeah.
Dave and Adrian are the first out the door, but they don't have keys to the car. Lewis, who is also a character, runs out straight past them, trips and falls on the ground. Gravestone pushes up from the ground right in front of him, and his name is burnt into the stone, and he's sucked into the earth. Dave and Adrian decide to then go back into the house. Everyone's screaming and shit, and the cat man's banging on the front door. And when he stops, Duke decides it's safe now. And they all take a peek outside. Then a gross zombie just stands up into frame, and suddenly there's zombies everywhere. A couple of them have peepers just popping out of their heads. A couple are just stiff Halloween decoration busts, and someone off screen's moving around.
A couple too many have peepers coming out of their head.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we've seen the effect, and it's shitty. Quit showing.
It doesn't look good.
Most of them look pretty terrible.
A lot of it's bad. One guy got no nose. They rush back in, and Peter observes that the Spookies aren't going to let them leave. Peter starts making some pretty big assumptions about what's going on, and they all independently decide it's time to look around the house for some reason.
Yep.
Creon opens the casket again for another peek at his sultry stiff, and she begins to stir. She opens her eyes, sees Creon, and is like, God damn it, Creon, what the fuck? She literally wants to be dead rather than spend another second with this loser. So it turns out Creon's just a fedora incel with supernatural powers just trying to milady this chick back to life.
Yeah.
Peter, Megan, and Rich are exploring upstairs, and Peter's pissed about all the doors. This is where I saw that Rich's shirt had that picture on it. And I loved it. Duke and Linda, via some hijinks and Duke's fragile masculinity, end up in the basement. The horniest of rooms.
They're walking around, And she's saying how scared she is. He goes, "Well, you think I can't take care of yous? I can take care of yous better than anybody." She goes, "Okay, just forget it. What, you think I can't forget stuff? I can forget stuff better than anybody."
I forgot it immediately. Oh, Duke. They fall down the stairs and like he gets on top of her, and I don't know. There's a whole he ends up putting a sheet over his head and becomes Duke the horny ghost. His words. He's the best. Then he just cracks open a random bottle of wine he finds. The man's spontaneity is unmatched.
Hey, Vino.
Hey, what do you know?
And she says, "Wait, don't drink that. That could be vinegar or poison."
Well, you don't think I could drink this?
Why did
Only one
vinegar
of those
get
two
brought in?
things.
Yeah, like why is vinegar getting a bad rap in this house?
So Linda's just loving it on the dirt basement floor until two arms burst up through the floor and grab her. And faster than you can say muckmen, a bunch of muckmen crawl out of the floor and...
No, let's say what they are. They're shit men.
Yeah.
These boys are gassy, let me tell you.
Jesus Christ.
It's so stupid.
This is
It's
the
just
point
three
that I
big...
knew this was a movie for us.
It was just three big turd men, and they're when they're walking around, they're just constantly going...
Yeah.
It's the dumbest fucking thing. So they're fighting the turd men, and then Andrew Dice Clay picks up a pickaxe, and this was the thing that drove me over the bed. He hits one of them with the pickaxe, and it fart laughs at him. He hits it, and he goes. Like,
I love it.
What is happening?
On an IMDb, there's a trivia note that says executive producer Michael Lee came up with the idea for the Muckmen to make farting noises. The directors and the rest of the production crew hated it.
Oh, gee.
Hated it.
Yeah. Also hated it.
Oh, man. Duke goes fisticuffs on these stinky bitches and takes it to them. Discovers that liquid is their weakness, and they spray the monsters with wine from the barrels and melt them all down.
Hey, that could be
Rich,
vinegar. You don't know.
You don't know. Rich finds the Ouija board, which I guess they were looking for. Carol appears to get his grubby mitts off it and traps him in the room while Peter and Megan try to find a way in. Corpse Bay is revealing that she killed herself to get away from Creon once, and she's totally ready to do it again. David and Adrian are just in another movie going through a manic episode, or they're on cocaine or something. Like, David threatens to start drinking, and Adrian says he doesn't drink, so he hits the bottle and spits it all out. Rich wakes up and can't get out of the room he's in because the cat pirate is holding the handle. So Rich goes to piss in the fireplace, and then the cat pirate lets go, and Rich can leave. Yeah. Truly a necessary event.
He looks around and he goes, "Ah, what am I worried about? This place ain't the Ritz." And he just starts to piss in the living room. So if it's not the Ritz, just piss anywhere. This ain't one of those la-di-da, piss in a single room kind of houses.
Right.
Back with Adrian, David's passed out drunk from the drop of alcohol he consumed. And Adrian is starting to get the feeling something's sneaking around the room, but can't seem to get David to care. Peter and Megan find a real fucked up looking corpse hanging from the rafters, and a note falls out of its dress. That's a suicide note. tells them that this person hanged themselves to escape the Spookies. A little ghoulie type guy appears in Adrian's room. And Adrian tries to wake David again, but when she rolls him over, his face is half eaten by another little ghoulie. It leaps onto Adrian and starts digging into her hair. She gets a fire poker and stabs it in the shoulder and throws some pots at another one.
She nailed that one with that pot.
Yeah, she got it. Bullseye. And drops the dresser on another one and gets out of the room. Night of the Sexy Dead is still down there telling Creon what a piece of shit he is, but then he tells her about their son, and it's the little kid with vampire fangs, and she screams and runs away.
It just hit me, like, okay, can you imagine you had a kid with a dude and decided he was so, repellent that you're going to kill yourself. You kill yourself, and you immediately wake up at 70 years later and that fucker's standing over you. And here's your ugly kid. But wait, hold on. How is he still a kid if it's been 70 years?
That's not their kid.
Yeah,
I thought he said it was that kid.
He keeps referring to, like, the monsters as his children or something, but I don't really know.
But
what that means.
that's the kid that he abducted at the beginning.
That's Billy?
Who else is it going to be?
That's not Billy.
Then what was the point of Billy at all?
No point. Chase,
that wasn't Billy.
This is Spookies.
This was, look, I made a son for us. Aren't you happy now? It's just like, fuck no.
I thought it was like their actual son. Well, either way, that's even worse. You killed yourself to get away from this guy. Now he's standing over you, 70 years older and with baggage. Like,
yeah, I don't know what their relationship is like, because, like, I don't know if they're actually married or he just dressed her corpse in a wedding dress or what. She seems to agree that they have one son.
Right.
But they don't really get into details.
It's a shame.
The whole movie doesn't get into details.
Right.
Details just get in the way, man. With all the hot, spooky action.
Yeah, it's just a series of people running into Spirit Halloween electronic door gremlins.
Speaking of which, David appears to Adrian at the end of the hall and beckons her, but when he comes closer, he's actually some kind of bog monster.
He's whatever the fuck this thing is.
He wraps some tentacles around Adrian's neck and hits her with that red lightning that makes her face melt.
Boom. Sith lightning.
Got her. The hottie Boomerati is sneaking around in a cave under the house and gets a little bit fucked with by a cave witch or something. I don't know what happens here, really. Peter and Megan run into Duke and Linda, and they trade horror stories. I'm not clear on what causes it, but the simmering disdain that Duke and Peter have for each other reaches a head, and they just start bar brawling.
Yeah, Duke just goes flying off the handle, pissed off at nothing again. And the old man has the audacity of just being next to him when it happens.
Hey, fuck yous. Rich stumbles around into a lady inside of a room full of spider webs, who offers to help him if he goes with her. Meanwhile, the brawl continues. They're rolling over chairs and tables, breaking everything.
It quickly
it's like
goes from just
saloon brawl right now.
Yeah, it went from fist fight to trying to kill each other really fast.
Megan and Linda are just standing around shaking their heads. Carol's using the Ouija board to turn a Grim Reaper statue into a real Grim Reaper. That starts coming
into
after
a real
everybody.
shitty Grim Reaper.
You can, like, see the mesh where it's covering the man's mouth.
Exactly.
It's dog shit. Uh, it slashes Duke with the scythe, and we gotta say goodbye to our boy here, unfortunately. That's it for Duke.
The most unspectacular ending to one of these characters.
I know.
I couldn't even tell how badly he was hurt.
Yeah,
it happened so damn fast.
He just goes out like a punk. But then Peter just goes fucking nuts and dives head first through a door.
The part, yeah.
You know what?
Laugh out loud, hilarious.
I forgot about that part. And earlier I had texted y'all and said there was nothing redeemable about this movie, and I forgot about that. Like, him just running across a desk and diving face first through a door was pretty good.
It would have been better if he would have just abandoned the two women.
Yeah.
True. But he's a badass now. Like, he, I don't know, he, like, absorbed Duke's life force or something.
Yeah, when he blasted through the door, he somehow, like, Jim-Cota'd around and landed on his feet and was able to instantly open the door.
It saves everybody. Gets all of them out.
Even the cat pirate was impressed.
He's like, meow.
Or it could have been even funnier if he didn't bust through the door. He just slammed into it like one of those videos of those cats jumping off the dresser and they fuck it up.
Yeah.
Just flies into a hard wall and...
That's how he dies.
So he escapes with Megan and an injured Linda. Meanwhile, with Rich, a spider crawls on him and he flails into a big spider web, getting stuck. And then the lady goes into a terrifying transformation into a nasty ass spider. 2 out of 10 would not bang.
Yeah. And they didn't think through the prosthetics either, because her head swells up like the big abdomen of the spider, and then the legs come out of her shoulders, and it's so big and heavy that it's lopsided.
Also, I was a little disappointed that, okay, so like her head was turning into the back part of the spider. What is that?
The abdomen.
Yeah, whatever. It was turning into the bulb on the back of the spider, and her legs started growing into spider legs. I thought like it was going to be like vagina mouth spider thing, but instead they put the head on the abdomen, and like you said, it was too heavy to one side. It started listing like that Italian cruise ship, whatever happened with that.
Yeah, I want to see the camera pull back just a bit, and it's just like a big spider sitting on top of a lady's body. But, you know, they put in effort. There's like 3 sort of parts of the transformation.
That sequence looked better than most of the movie.
Yeah. She then thrusts a proboscis into Rich and sucks him dry. In the bad way. Not the way you want. His, like, rubber head vacuums flat. Peter, Megan, and Linda are holed up trying to stop Linda's bleeding when the scythe hears Johnny's right through the door. The Reaper breaks in and the trio escape through a window out onto the roof, but the Reaper follows. And Peter just goes badass mode, throws that bitch off the roof, and he fucking explodes on impact.
Who knew the Grim Reaper's weakness was a 2-story fall?
Next time you see that guy, throw him off the roof. You ain't gotta worry about him.
Don't fear the Reaper.
No.
He explode. They go back inside to another room, and Peter starts putting some ideas together about how to get out of here. So they grab some weapons and head downstairs for a vial or something. I don't know where the idea of this vial came from. Carol's downstairs standing around when the trio enters the room. She asks them to join up, give their lives for more worthy beings. Meanwhile, Creon's having a heart-to-heart with his son about sorcery. Carol's head splits open and sprays blue distortion everywhere, and rapidly ages our remaining survivors. Peter crawls over to the corpse from earlier to get the vial from its hands. It wakes up, but old Peter still got some spit and vinegar in him and beats his ass. It rips off his arm and throws it at Carol, which does something.
Yeah, she like blocks it with the Ouija board, but it still like does whatever it was supposed to do.
I guess. That's it. That's like the last time we see any of these people.
Yeah. Magic just starts flying everywhere, and then that's the end of the shooting for all these people.
They all get old and die.
Yeah.
Then our living dead girl, or Isabel.
They should have made a suit out of coral.
If only.
Some sort of tube.
Some sort of metal tube. Spookies can't handle it. Spookies hate it. Isabel realizes that she just gotta kill Creon to escape, and tricks that idiot into thinking he's gonna get a kiss, and stabs him in the forehead with an ice pick. So I don't know where this room that Creon's been in the whole movie is in this house. But when she leaves the house, she has to like climb down some vines. I thought they were like in a basement or something.
I mean, the layout of this house, there's really no telling.
When she gets to the bottom, she's greeted by an absolute idiot of a zombie. Runs off screaming as it calls for mama. Ma. Zombies of wildly different styles and qualities of makeup start popping out as the music picks up. Zomboids and Zambos start grabbing her, ripping at her clothes, and things are starting to look like horny zombie gangbang 12 right now.
This goes on for 5 minutes.
It's the big climax.
Yeah. With no climax.
Yeah.
No climax, literally or figuratively.
Another piece of trivia that I thought was pretty funny was that, so this actress is named Maria Pachucas. And it was planned for her to be stripped totally nude or topless by the creatures in the last scene as she ran from them. She had no problem with the nudity, but Michael Lee wouldn't pay her the money she wanted to do it, so she kept her clothes on. She went on to appear nude in every film she made after this.
Good for her again.
What a queen.
Look, lady knows what she wants.
And it's them greenbacks.
That's right.
So she gets away, but keeps getting surprised by zombies that are directly in her line of sight.
Yeah.
She finds a car and climbs in through the window. Fred from Scooby-Doo runs up and asks what the fuck she's doing in his car, and she gestures vaguely at the horde of zombies everywhere. He gets in and they drive slowly away. Once they're at a safe distance from the zombies, Isabel's thrilled that they've escaped, and Fred looks at her and says that she hasn't. Doesn't she know that he's always been in love with her too? And Fred from Scooby-Doo turns into the cat pirate.
Oh, Twilight Zone that bitch.
Didn't see it coming. She screams. Fang Kid gives us a fourth wall breaking smile. And Creon bursts out of the undulating coffin, LOLing.
Because that needed to happen. That was a major payoff for me.
Yeah. Really cleared everything up.
I was desperate to know what was in that coffin the entire movie.
Roll
Jesus Christ.
credits.
This was terrible.
It was.
But come on, though.
It had served no purpose. There was nothing there.
Nothing. Nothing was happening to like further plot or anything. It was just a bunch of people walking around, running into Halloween decorations, while this old man like desperately tried to convince this chick that's not into him to be into him.
You know, we went through this whole movie.
That's all this movie
payoffs.
was.
The whole movie had zero payoffs to the whole thing. And
I mean,
then at the very end,
I don't disagree. It seemed like there was something maybe in the movie they were trying to make in the first place. There might have been a story because Peter was like, "Oh, this guy was into occult shit and blah blah blah." You know, maybe there's a way we can get out of here.
It just seems like they had all the chances in the world to do something good, and then they wouldn't pay the broad at the end to take off her shirt.
It seems like it would have been vastly improved by some nudity. Like every lady in the movie was like a softcore porn actress. It's like, what are you guys doing?
It just seems like the formula is, if you know you're making a shitty, scary movie, just add boobs. Like, that's what everybody else does.
Yeah.
So
they took a page out of Arkansas Women's Prison Massacre. We're gonna have all the Macons, but
right.
Yeah, that's what an insane decision. I mean, it's all like, it goes back to the old drive-in, you know? You gotta put nudity in these movies. They're trash. Everyone knows they're trash.
Right.
If you can chub the guys up a little bit,
yeah,
you've done your job.
Yeah, you'll make it worth me sitting here watching this thing.
Well, don't worry, because I think our next one is gonna give you what you want
right away.
So wait,
I'll say this. It may not be the pair you want to see, but you'll see them. It's not the pair we want; it's the pair we need.
So, we were torn on two movies to do for Halloween, so we're just going to do them both. And the next one that we're going to do is Stephen Kang's Sharks of the Corn. We're combining two of our loves, bad horror movies and sharks.
Right.
I'm just a big Stephen Kang fan.
This is back to roots, everybody, just to let you know. This is up there with Night of the Were-Rooster and Suburban Sasquatch and all that, you know, really high-end shit.
Is there other Stephen Kang movies?
There can't be.
I really hope that there's one called That.
It's just gotta be called Fish.
Just That. And it's about, let's see, not a clown, but a mime. There you go.
Yeah. It'll put you inside its invisible box.
So, Sharks of the Corn. Synopsis. Strange things are happening in Druid Hills, Kentucky, known mainly for its voluminous corn output. Victims of monsters in cornfields begin cropping up, and eyewitnesses says that there are great white sharks swimming in the corn. Because that's the conclusion you always get to. It's directed.
I watched the first 5 minutes because I thought that was the movie we were gonna watch. It looks like a shark hand puppet going through corn stalks.
Yeah,
it's really bad.
It's directed by Tim Ritter, who wrote movies such as Zombarilla's House of Horrors, spelled WHORRORS.
Nice.
Earth Girls Are Sleazy.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And Catnado.
Oh.
And everyone listening, do yourself a favor and look up the poster for Catnado.
Okay.
Because
Wait, what was this guy's name again?
Tim Ritter.
What the hell? I thought it was Stephen Kang.
Tell me you saw the name Stephen Kang in the IMDb somewhere.
Yeah, that's his other one. That's what's the other name Stephen King goes under?
Oh shit, Richard Bachman.
Yeah, that's Tim Ritter's Richard Bachman, Stephen Kang.
Holy shit! I just looked up Catnado.
Oh yeah, tagline: "It's a catastrophe."
What the fuck?
But that's not the one we're watching. You can pick that one if you want next time. But we're doing Sharks of the Corn.
Oh my god! There's a Catnado 2.
Yes.
It says Catnado 2, the second one. It's a hurricane.
That's a different kind of weather event.
I don't think it matters.
Just the fact that they came up with 2 of them.
Speaking of which, I do want to call this out. Velocipaster 2 is got its Kickstarter going right now. They've already surpassed the amount of money they made the first one for. So, you know, if you're feeling cool and generous or whatever, go donate to the Velocipaster 2 Kickstarter so we can see that movie and do it on the show, probably.
Yes.
I wonder if they'll catch lightning in a bottle twice.
I don't know. I'm a little concerned.
I mean, I
because
hope, but
Brendan Steer is not directing this time. He wrote
Oh no,
it.
what happened?
I don't know.
Is he involved?
Yeah, he wrote it.
Okay.
But he's not directing. And the cast is coming back. Greg Cohen and Alyssa Kempinski are both coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, I can think of 3, people that needs to be in that movie. Considering they put, Velocipaster on the map.
I agree.
Is it those guys from How Did This Get Made?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Because they didn't totally steal anyone's thunder at all.
Look, hold on. They haven't made it yet, right?
No.
Send the dude an email.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it wouldn't have been famous without us.
We did it first. That's a fact.
I mean, we practically know the guy because you talked to him once.
He was on the show.
I know the guy.
He's the only director that's been on our show.
For a good reason. well, yeah. Nobody else would come. But that was because we talked shit on him. We like this guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, send an email, John. See if we can't make a cameo in the movie.
I mean, we have to fly out to like LA or wherever the fuck to be in the movie, but maybe. This
is how I want you to do the email. Say, bruh, put us in the movie.
Nice.
Send.
I was also in contact with Alyssa she runs, I think, some of their social media stuff, and she saw some of my fan art, Velocipaster fan art, and we were talking about maybe working together on some merch.
Well, maybe we can work together with being in this flick.
Maybe. Another thing about, I think, about How Did This Get Made, those pieces of shit did Love on a Leash, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
swimming in our wake.
Like years after us at this point.
Send an email, John.
Unbelievable. Listen up, Paul Scheer. You owe us $1 million.
Or cameos in the movie. Whatever route you want to go with.
Or bring us on How Did This Get Made for an episode.
There you go. We know what movies to do.
Yeah. They can do it. They did it before with other podcasts. You can do it with us. Come on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, fuck that. We don't need them. You like how quick I turn on a dime?
Yeah.
Fuck these people.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so the agenda is get a cameo in Velocipaster 2 and murder Paul Scheer.
and watch Sharks of the Corn.
Oh, yeah, and watch that movie. Because then we're going to talk about it.
You were going to talk about that. I am also seeing that there is another movie called Noah's Shark.
Ooh. Biblical.
Hell yeah.
I think during our near year-long hiatus, they've released some shark movies. So
Yeah, there's there was one, now I can't remember the title. There's one about sharks in space.
Yeah, right here. Shark Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh, no, even a different one.
A more different space shark.
Oh,
They made Jurassic Shark 2, Aquapocalypse.
Shark Side of the Moon is the one I was thinking.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That is pretty good.
So, yeah,
Sharkula, to go with Sharkenstein.
Ooh.
The poster's pretty rad. It's a great white shark with fangs erupting out of a ocean of blood with a bat.
Sharkula. That's exciting. We've got plenty of shark months
Oh yeah,
ahead of us.
we will never run out of shark movies to do ever.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Here's Shark Side of the Moon. Oh, it's like a Shark Man.
It almost looks kind of okay, like the effects.
Oh. Well, we'll see. We'll get to it eventually, I'm sure. But we gotta do Sharks of the Corn, and then if Blake wants to pick a spooky movie, hell, we'll just drag our Halloween special into November.
Oh
Fuck
shit! Three
no,
whole
thank you.
scary ones.
No, thank you.
We'll find
like I
it.
said, the whole idea of us coming back was not to do this. But here we are.
Oh my god, I love this Sharkula poster, dude. There's like bats flying around and a spooky castle in the background. This is so good.
We should just become a shark movie podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, probably could. Yeah, well.
I'm sorry. I know we're trying to wrap this, but I just keep finding movies on the more like this.
Right.
This one called
kinda,
this one called the House Squatch. Trouble is afoot at home.
There you go, Blake.
yeah. I was just in the Shark Side of the Moon trivia. One of the characters is named Acula, which is Russian for shark.
What?
Oh, so it all makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say he was a doctor.
All right. Fuck this shit.
Oh, wait, one more.
Do it.
Big callback, going way back, before Garbage Theater.
Okay.
Back when
Okay.
Blake and I worked with other podcasting things, and
Right.
we were, often posed with saying what would win in a fight, this thing or that thing.
Right.
And I can remember one of the ones that I said was who would win in a fight, the Amityville Horror House or Jaws.
Right.
Well, guess what?
Well, we gotta watch that one.
There's a movie called Amityville Island.
I mean, it works.
Holy shit.
The,
You can't tell me-
tagline is, for God's sake, get out of the water.
All right, that's good. I like that.
I mean, you can't tell me that these people aren't listening to random podcasts and stealing everyone's ideas.
Well, if they go through ours, they would actually have successful movies.
Listen to the synopsis on this thing. A cursed survivor of killings at the Amityville house brings evil to a small island where bizarre genetic experiments are carried out on humans and animals in a secret women's prison.
Holy shit.
That's just like saying, I'm going to put everything in a movie.
Amityville, Jaws, women's prison.
That's like,
We moved like, they just took everything and put it in a movie. And like, oh, we're going to move we figure that it's just the ground that's haunted at the Amity house, not the house. So we're going to move the house on the yellow brick road down to another island. And along the way, what do they meet up with? I don't know. Everything that's in every other movie.
Yeah, it's like they made a movie based on like a magnetic refrigerator poetry. That's like exploitation movie words.
I'm sure somebody's done that.
And apparently it's not a shark movie at all.
God damn it.
It's a zombie/demon movie.
Why do you gotta get out of the water then?
I don't know.
Man, there's a lot of questions.
I guess we'll have to watch it to find out.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe this is the podcast. Just us Googling bad movies and never watching them.
Oh, Christ. All right.
I'm also seeing Amityville in space.
All right, so if we have a Shark Month...
Oh, Jesus, I see it! Oh, the poster's great.
Month, which is in... Shark Month's in the summer.
Shark Month's whatever the fuck we want to do it. It used to be July, but we've done Shark Month outside of July, too.
Okay, good. Well, maybe we should have a Space Month, too.
Yeah,
where it's just whatever it is in space.
Could definitely do that.
Okay, Amityville in space... the Amityville Island and Sharkula all have the same dude in it. Okay, it's all Wild Eye. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Those are going to be rough.
Yeah, they are. See, fellas, we're falling back into it again.
Well, they're rough, but they look more like I get more pangs of like fungicide from Wild Eye than like. If I had to pick Wild Eye or Asylum, it'd be Wild Eye all day long, because at least they're, like, swinging for the fucking fences.
Yeah, fuck Asylum.
Asylum's just boring.
Yeah, sorry, Asylum, but you'll never be on this show again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 17 times, you're no longer on the show.
Oh, man. See, I need to get... I'm looking at this Sharks of the Corn poster. I need to get this kind of job. God damn. Like, it's almost good, and then you look at this figure in the middle. Her boobs are not in the right place.
Well, you haven't seen the real thing yet.
Oh my god, maybe it's accurate as fuck.
Yeah, not the ones you wanted, the ones you deserve.
You sick freak.
Oh, you want boobs? You want boobs? Here, have them. Take them. They're yours
What about
now.
these ones? Alright, we gotta wrap this shit up.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. Okay.
We'll
So,
Google
that's
off
it.
air.
Next time, Sharks of the Corn, and we'll Google more movies.
And donate whatever. Give money to Velocipaster 2.
Yeah, support Velocipaster 2, and write to them and say that we want these 3 random assholes no one's ever heard of in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything.
thank you for listening to Garbage Theater. As always, you can find us online at facebook.com/garbagetheater, on Twitter at garbage_theater, and on Instagram at garbage_theater. If you'd care to leave us a review on iTunes, we would very much appreciate it. And if you have a movie suggestion or just want to reach out to us, you can contact us at any of our social channels or email us directly at garbagetheaterpodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest episodes and happenings. Good night, and see you next time, folks.